Greetings YouTube, Gazabooboo here. Now I am a lover of all things Native Instruments, hardware, software, the Maschine Jam, things like Contact Sampler, Reactor Synth, all of the things that go with it. Absolutely brilliant software. But a little while ago, Native Instruments put out a warning to all of its users that its software may not be compatible with MacOS Catalina. And there's a section in the Native Instruments website you can go to, and I had been going to on a pretty much daily basis to find out how the software was getting on in terms of being upgraded for compatibility. And as of today, you can see there's not a great deal of information really. So that led me to do my own thing, and I set up a dual boot on my Mac between Mojave and Catalina. There are many different websites that tell you how you can do that, but I then went ahead, after I'd installed Catalina on a separate volume, to see how the Maschine installation itself got along, and these are the results. Native Instruments software uses a product called Native Access as a gatekeeper for license keys and a means of installing products that you've purchased. So it's a copyright protection mechanism, but it's also the central source for the installation, including the installation under macOS Catalina. And as you can see from the install that I've finished up with, all the products that I own under Native Instruments have all installed correctly. A couple of things to note though. This is of course the software that I have, which is primarily based on Maschine and a couple of the A-series keyboards. Your software may be very different and may have a very different story, and your environment and your setup may be very different. So really I can't take any liability for anybody attempting this where they don't get the same outcome. This video is just for information to show you what can be possible without waiting for Native Instruments to tell you. So why is it that Native Instruments are telling you to hold fire when, for instance, Maschine seems to work okay? Well, the difference between Catalina and Mojave is that Catalina has an additional set of security controls placed around it, where each process needs to be given explicit permission to access certain resources. This means that the Native Access installer, for instance, needs to have explicit permissions granted to access things like external drives, or indeed other areas of the native file system. Now this is a good measure from Apple. It helps to increase security across the operating system. The issue right now is that Native Access doesn't really expect to be challenged in that manner, and it may also be that between the two processes they're not quite handshaking correctly because it's early days for the operating system and the Native Access software has not yet been updated. You can, however, get around this by running the Native Access software once, and then, when you see a failure during the install, go into your system settings and explicitly grant permissions to Native Access. So here's a basic look at Maschine running. All of the instruments that I have available are working okay. I've tested them all separately. I won't bore you with the testing that I undertook, but absolutely every single function is working without any issue at the moment. Like I said, that's Maschine-based software. It's primarily stuff that comes with Complete Select, plus a few other things I've bought along the way. Your mileage may vary. I cannot confirm whether or not your own installation will work this way, so please handle with care. If you do decide to do this ahead of Native Instruments confirming that software is compatible, then if I were you, I'd do exactly what I've done. Create yourself a dual boot for Catalina. Trial the installation there, and hopefully you'll end up with a working system in the same way that I have. There are a couple of products that are explicitly spelt out on the Native Instruments website as not being compatible, so I don't suspect this will work for those products. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and hope this video has been useful to you.